If you're like me and you're starting out college, you may be nervous about paying for college and you want to get access to every possible scholarship that you can, but maybe you're a little intimidated by the scholarship process. You don't know where to start, you don't know where to look. Nicolette Fenlock, our Assistant Director in Enrollment Management and Student Services, is on today to help break down the process for us. So this is going to be a quick video. There is a whole lot of information below the video in the links. You can spend hours looking for scholarships. We're going to give you just a quick message on how to do this, and we are here for you if you have more questions. So Nicolette, thanks for being with us today. What kind of scholarships are available to incoming first-year students at Kent State Trumbull?
Yeah, thank you, Melissa. So that's a great place to start. If you're just exploring Kent State University right now, then you may know when you are applying for admission, you do choose a campus. We have 8 campuses all over Northeast Ohio at Kent State. And once you're a Kent State student, you may be taking classes at multiple campuses, and that's wonderful. We will help you navigate that process. However, scholarship award or offers are determined by the campus that you choose to apply to. So we're going to focus on Kent State Trumbull. And if you apply for admission at Kent State Trumbull, we are going to look at your high school GPA at time of admission. And we are going to offer you a scholarship based on that GPA at time of admission. We're going to look at it based on a 4.0 scale. And if it's a 3.0 or better, we are going to automatically offer you a scholarship. Those scholarships range anywhere from $1,000 for the year up to a full tuition scholarship for 4.0 on a 4.0 scale. So as long as you are admitted by our deadline of May 1, we're going to offer you that scholarship as long as you've chosen to apply and be admitted here at the Trumbull campus.
Awesome. That sounds like a great deal. What if a student is looking to find additional scholarships on top of that?
Mhm. Wonderful. So the university scholarships, I look at that as the low-hanging fruit because we automatically offer those. But many of our students bring scholarships with them from outside agencies, and you can layer those scholarships on top of the university scholarships. So that paired with financial aid, potential grants, and already low tuition costs at Kent State Trumbull, many of our students are able to decline student loans their first year. And that's what we want to see. We want to help you minimize your student debt, and scholarships is a wonderful way to do that. So if you're thinking through, how do I find those scholarships outside of the university? And I always recommend that you start searching locally first, so closest to home. I see the most amount of scholarships coming in from local organizations, high schools, community agencies, nonprofits. So I encourage you to start now and start asking around. You're going to hear the word network a lot in college, so use your network, ask your family, friends, local organizations, community groups that you or your family are involved in. That's where you want to start your search. So I would then start making a plan. So how much time do you have to dedicate to a scholarship search right now? And if you're watching this in March, April, May, I know you're caught up in a lot of other things right now. You're working on graduating high school. So I recommend maybe 2-3 hours a week in March, April, May, because that is your peak scholarship time. You're going to see deadlines coming in between March and June, because our agencies need to award in preparation for fall. They need time to do that over the summer. So make a plan, think about how much time you have, and then as you come across these local opportunities by speaking with your guidance counselor and your family and your employer, start making a list of all of the places that you've found, scholarship leads that you found, and then list out, what do I need to do to apply for this scholarship? Do I need to write an essay? Do I need to ask for references? Write down the deadline next to the name of the scholarship. So organization is key when you're conducting a scholarship search, because it does take time to apply for each one, maybe to ask for those references, maybe to write an essay. So getting organized and deciding, when am I going to do my search? Maybe it's Sunday mornings, 10 to noon. I'm going to find the scholarships, and each week I'm going to apply for one scholarship. So just kind of thinking through all of that. That's a great first step. And then finally, I mentioned local scholarships. I'd also like to encourage you to look nationally. So you'll find a whole list of resources below the video of links. So things like scholarships.com, those are national scholarship search databases. These do take time to look through, but you want to look for those free sites. You never want to pay to search for scholarships. You never want to provide too private of information, such as a social security number, but you can provide some basic information, major, GPA, and use these scholarship search databases to find those national scholarships that have maybe some special attributes that apply to you. So you can search for scholarships for nursing majors. You can search for scholarships for high school athletes. You know, I could go on and on. Those are just some examples. So take some time to explore those national sites as well as you start your plan.
Thank you. So we're looking local, we're looking national. You mentioned kind of how to do that search. Now, can you tell us kind of the timeline for that?
Timing really is key when it comes to searching for scholarships. It's a yearly cycle. So March, April, May, June, that's when you want to spend the most time looking for scholarships and getting those scholarship applications submitted before the deadlines, which we see spanning anywhere from February to June, depending on the scholarship. And this is where the planning is key. So if you found 5 or 10 scholarships that you know you want to apply for, organize them by deadline and start with the ones with the most quickly approaching deadline. Maybe you found some with a May or June deadline, and maybe you can save those for later, depending on the time. If you're watching this video closer to summer or even during summer, it's still possible to find scholarships. It just may be a little more difficult depending on the deadline. On some of those national search databases, you can search by deadline. The further we get into summer, the closer we get to fall, we're going to start shifting and moving into scholarships searching for the following year. For example, at Kent State Trumbull, we offer scholarships for our continuing students. That application will open on November 1, 2021 for our current students. They will apply, so this is your first year of college we're talking about now. You can apply for scholarships all the way up to May 1 for your second year of college. So maybe you earn a scholarship coming into Kent State Trumbull. You apply for Trumbull scholarships during that first year. You earn a scholarship next summer, and you stack it on top of your automatic scholarship renewal that second year. So I'm thinking ahead, but all of these things are cyclical. Financial aid, scholarships, it's a yearly process. So it's something to think ahead on as well.
Thank you so much. And going back to what you mentioned about local scholarships, do you have any examples for this area?
Yeah, so like I said, most of the scholarship checks that we process here at Kent State Trumbull for our students are from local agencies. I want to point out some of the links at the bottom. So the Community Foundation of the Mahoning Valley has a whole host of scholarships. Junior Achievement of the Mahoning Valley, I have noticed recently on their Facebook page that they are posting, I think it's Scholarship Spotlight Saturday. They're posting local opportunities on their site. Local businesses offer scholarships, for example, Richard Naples Senior Education Foundation Scholarship. Family owned and operated wholesale fireworks located in Niles, Hubbard, and Canton. They established a scholarship to help young adults in this local area pursue higher education. 717 Credit Union, local location, also offers a scholarship. So those are just some examples of both organizations, nonprofits, and businesses that are offering scholarships for our local students. So you can look as local as the county, Trumbull County specific, or you can look across Northeast Ohio for those opportunities. So another example, Kiwanis, our local Kiwanis organization, our local DAV. So you really want to use your network and ask those questions and start that search early. And if you feel like you've missed a lot of deadlines this year, there's always next year, so you can plan ahead.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Nicolette. Now, what do you specifically do to help students find scholarships?
So my main role oftentimes is helping students get organized. It can feel a little overwhelming, like where do I even begin? So I will help them with that timeline piece, and that, like, I have a spreadsheet that I use. So I will help them list out some scholarships they're interested in, the deadlines, the requirements, and kind of wrap their mind around what their steps are going to be, maybe in like a 5-week span. So I'll help them with the organization and the time management piece. I will also help them figure out what they have to offer. So it turns out students aren't always comfortable talking about themselves. So envision a resume. A fully formed resume would list your accomplishments over the past couple of years, your major and GPA, your special interests and skills. So maybe you want to start making a list of those things and thinking through, what am I good at? What do I have to offer? This could be the beginning of an essay where the prompts are often, tell me about yourself, tell me about your greatest accomplishment or your greatest challenge over the last year. At first glance, you may think, I don't have much to say on the topic. So that's where I come in to kind of pull that information out of you and help you start formulating that essay. That resume is a great place to start. And then I also help them with the actual search. So let's find those scholarships to apply for. If you're a high school senior, I encourage you to work with your guidance counselor on this as well. If you are a current college student, then we actually dig into maybe learning how to use a database like scholarships.com and weed through all of the information there and find some that you're interested in. And then I can also steer students towards remembering that not all scholarships require an essay or an excellent GPA. There are scholarships out there that are asking you for a creative video. You know, I always like this unique example I found on scholarships.com that was a scholarship by a national crossword agency, and crossword enthusiasts came together and provided a scholarship, and all you had to do to apply was create your own crossword. So you'd be amazed what you can find out there, and I like to help students, realize that.
Awesome. So if you're looking for scholarships, don't worry, there's help available, and you don't have to know it all at once. You don't have to be an expert that first scholarship search that you do, but there are small steps you can do to get started. So maybe your next step today is to check out some of the links below this video. Let us know if we can help you. Our contact information is below. Thank you so much, Nicolette. This is great information. And if you've made it through this video, thanks for watching, and we hope that you found it helpful.